Yo, what's good? This Chairman House of Barv. How's everybody feeling? I hope you're doing great. I hope your family's great. I hope you finally got all that stress that was on your mind off. But I know we can't get rid of stress because stress is actually possibly healthy, but a good amount of stress. You know, it has to be healthy stress. Like you're about to, win a championship game, or you're about to win a spelling bee, or you're about to win. You know what I would like to hop in? I would like to hop in a stock market competition. That's what I'm going to look up. I'm going to look up stock market competitors or competitions and see how I perform. I know these motherfuckers out there know all their fundamentals, whatever. Earnings per share, book value, cash on hand. I don't know. I don't even know all the fundamentals. Fuck all that. I'm telling you, when I do this shit, this is not about me being the expert and being like, listen to me. Listen to me. I am the God. You need to get your life. And the way we can get your life is through money. And I am the guru. Shit, I've never touched. I don't think I've ever. No, I haven't. I can't. I've never seen 6 figures in my bank account at one time. I've never seen 7 figures in my bank account at one time. I'm not even fully ready for retirement. I don't even have enough money for retirement. I'm still trying to save up to send my kids to college. Or I've always told them, listen, we're not going to call this your college money. We're going to call this your life money, okay? You decide what you want to do with your life. Now, I'm going to guide them. But, man, just come on. 4 more years of smoking, drinking, and fucking. Come on. Who doesn't want that? And your parents are willing to pay for it? Get the fuck out of here. Go do those 4 more years, boy. Go enjoy yourself. Trust me. You got plenty of time to deal with all these Caucasians for the rest of your life. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. You got plenty of time to deal with corporate America for the rest of your life. Okay, just take 4 more years. You'll be in 17, 18. You'll graduate 21, 22, and from 22 all the way up until you're 72, you'll be dealing with society. You got plenty of time. So yeah, but I will say, I am encouraging that we do well in academics, we do well in our extracurriculars, so that it's very possible. And one thing about I really don't talk about my kids too much, but one thing about my boy, and I know everybody, but I'm not trying to, like, he is, like, naturally, like, you could tell there's things that need to be tightened up, you know what I'm saying? But just naturally, just good at kind of what he does. I'm not trying to boast. So, seriously, my dumbass doesn't put him in football. You know what I'm saying? My dumbass wasn't even thinking flag football. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, look, I really don't want you playing football. I'm like, man, it just hit me. He was like, Dad, well, I can play flag. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, you're right. Boom, dummy. Flag football is okay. Even though you will see kids collide in flag football. Or you'll see people collide in flag football. But it's not on every play, So, so there's been some flag football kids in the neighborhood. They play flag football on Saturdays, but they practice in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And, I love my little boy. He's so nice. They get along with him so well. They're like, hey, come over and play. So he'll go out there and I'm like, damn, look at him. And I'm not kidding. He doesn't play football at all. He just picks it up. Same thing with basketball. Just picked it up. Soccer, I will admit, it was probably just a little bit of a struggle. But soccer, he's doing well. I think he's starting to get loose. He's been kind of congested. But I think now he's starting to get looser. Just get loose. You know what I'm saying? Because when you play organized soccer, as a lot of people already know, it's a lot of, just stay in your space, stay in your spot, 2 or 3 dribbles, pass, so he doesn't get freaky. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, son, listen, I understand. You love your coach and your coach tells you how to play soccer, but listen, even God has some angels that didn't listen to him. And not saying all of them ain't get thrown out of heaven, bruh. All of them, we know one that got threw out. We know there's at least one that was like, yo, you got to go. Like mama treats you when you're not following the rules. You got, and you over the age of 16. You got to go. Mommy got a new boyfriend. He like, man, you need to let him go. What your bitch ass doing? It's like, nah, I'm kidding. But, yeah. So, yeah, I tell him, like, look, you know what I'm saying? There's just some other conversations, but I'm like, yo, just get freaky, man. Listen, sometimes people need you to not listen to them. Even as a father, I get excited when my kids don't listen to me. I say, look at them growing. Look at them disobeying me. Trying to go to the extent, the edge of the cliff. Look at them being hard-headed, little badass kids. Yeah, but then, you grab them up and you save them from their own self-destruction and say, didn't I tell you not to do that? And they're just like, oh, so, but yeah, so I tell them all the time, just work hard in your sports, work hard, or your extracurriculars, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's guitar or whether it's piano or whether it's spelling, whatever it is, sports, whatever it is, do well in school, do well in your extracurriculars. And then we're not even going to have to pay for college, boy, or homegirl. We're not even going to have to pay for it. You know what's going to end up happening? You're going to get a scholarship or a grant. You know what a grant is? That's money you don't got to pay back. They give it to you. They say, wow, you're doing so fantastic. Can you write this 5-paragraph essay or 2-3-page essay on the reasons why you think we should, I don't know, do something or not do something? And you just go online, find a paper that was, I don't want to encourage plagiarism or anything. Do not plagiarize. You'll get your ass kicked out of college quick. Trust me, I've seen people this is how dumb people are when they plagiarize. So the people I saw get kicked out of college for plagiarizing were not the people who plagiarized. They got paid by other people to plagiarize their paper. So these dumbass adults wrote everything word for word. My homeboys, they didn't check it. They didn't check to just see like, yo, let me see what you wrote. So they're thinking what most people would think. Yeah, they're going to plagiarize it, but what? They're going to change up a lot of the words that you just need the context. No, they wrote it word for word. They turn it in. The professor is like, hey, we can obviously tell y'all are plagiarizing shit. You know what I'm saying? So my people were getting kicked out for not plagiarism, but for letting somebody copy off their paper. But you can hop online. I don't know any of the websites right now. I haven't been in college since 2017. Was it 5 years ago? That was the last time I was in college. So I can't remember all the websites and everything. But you go in there, you know what I'm saying? A lot of this work, that's why they have to constantly change up the curriculum. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're always changing the curriculums every 4 or 5 years. Because people get hip and people start selling the curriculum to other people. You know what I'm saying? So you going, let's just imagine you going for your master's, you know what I'm saying? And you got wives or husbands, children at home, you know what I'm saying? And, and a job and bills. The only time you have time to study after all the extracurricular activities, after all the responsibilities, cooking dinner, cleaning the house, the only time you really got to study is probably between 10 p.m. and probably like 5 a.m. What was that? 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have approximately about 6 hours between 10 p.m. and probably, let's say, 4 a.m. So let's say about 6 hours that you can actually get your studies in. And those are the worst hours to be able to get it in. Because by the time 6 p.m. hits, you got babies crying. And the thing is, if you're a parent, you hear that shuffle. You start hearing that shuffle. They start rubbing. You're like, oh, shit, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Fuck. And you can hear them shuffling. Oh, shit, here we go. And then it gets quiet. It's like, when you got the BGs, the bubble guts, You get that initial cramp, and then you're like, okay, it went away. Okay, I got plenty of time to get home. Let me hurry up and get out of this traffic. I do not want to be in traffic with the BGs. You know what I'm saying? You feel that initial cramp, and it goes away. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And then 10, 15 minutes later, you start hearing that shuffle again. You're like, oh crap, it's 4:00. I haven't even fell asleep yet. Not to mention you got other shit on your brain. Fuck, how am I going to pay this rent this month? Why the fuck is she or he always in their phone? What the fuck is in that phone? Shit, the refrigerator is fucking empty. What the fuck? You got all this other shit on your brain while you're also trying to go through college. That's why they pay people extra for degrees. They like, man, we know what we put you through. We need to put an extra 10, 20 grand on your paycheck. It's like, thank you, bro. Oh, that will at least pay for my college. And another thing is I always say to my little ones, let somebody else pay for your college. Don't worry about paying for it. So that's what I'm just trying to encourage. So then the money that we put away for your college, that can become your life fund. We'll call that your life fund. That's going to fund when you're ready to move out into your own place and you need that security deposit because that shit is a bitch. You're like, oh yeah, how much is it a month? $2,000 a month. Okay, bet. I make 5, 6 grand a month. Okay, I can cover that with one paycheck. Good. We need a $600 deposit. Shit, what the fuck? No, that's not how it's supposed to work. And we need the first month. What? So you got that, or if you need that car, you know what I'm saying? You need a car to get you transportation, or you meet a beautiful woman or a man or whatever, and you want to get married. Here's some funds right here to get started for a ring, an engagement ring. So that's just more so what I encourage. Be sure to the money in your account, do not use. That's your money. That's your money for a rainy day. And trust me, if there's anything I learned in my 30s, I ain't never had no rainy day. I ain't never had no rainy day until my 30s. Everybody kept saying, put your money away for a rainy day. I'm in my 20s like, what rainy day? We popping, we locking, we dropping. I'm like, what rainy days? Everybody keeps talking about these rainy days. These rainy days ain't coming. Hello, 30s. Woo! 30s, mid-30s is kicking ass. It is kicking my ass. There is a rainy day every day. No, I'm kidding. It's not every day. But, I mean, it's not even always bad. Sometimes it's like, there were situations where it was like, I got a job. My spouse got a job in another city. So, naturally, me being the man, the husband, and my dumbass, I'm thinking like, even your job, I'm still making more money. Why don't we just go ahead and follow my path? Well, I'm terminated now, so it doesn't look so well. But I get a job, spouse gets a job in another city. Me just being, a supportive husband, I'm just trying to be, I'm like, okay, we can move to another city. We'll move to the other city. You know what I'm saying? And then you may have to pay 2 rents. You got your rent, and then you got her rent, because a lot of people want to be close to their jobs. Me personally, I don't give a fuck. I'll drive 2 hours to a job if I got to. I don't give a fuck. Seriously. If I'm living in one city and the rent is half the price of the city that's closer to my job, I'm living in that city that's an hour and a half away. And I'll just commute. And I know it's like, well, then you're going to pay in gas and then your commute. That's stressful. I'm like, nah, the stress is not what gets me. Now, the amount in gas. Now, if gas is running me up $400, $500 a month, then that's when I'm going to start considering things. But if my gas is pretty good, if I got like a Toyota or a Honda or something, and you know what I'm saying, and my gas is good, it only costs me $20 to fill up the tank. I just have to fill up the tank 4 times a month. Or, let me see. So I got to fill up once a week or something like that, or twice a week, so that's $80, 80 times 4. Okay. So then, we had to figure it out. If the cost is okay and I'm doing well and there's opportunities for growth with the company, I'm fine. I'd rather live an hour and a half away. This is what I do not like, me personally, because I like to hang out, and I do. I shouldn't be talking about this shit, you know what I'm saying, because I am looking for jobs. I like to hang out with my buddies. I like to party, you know what I'm saying? And the last thing I want is for me to leave a party or something, and then I go to the local CVS, you know what I'm saying, because I need to, I don't know, grab something, and I run into a manager or an executive or something. And I'm like, fuck. They're like, you just hear their voice. Hey, Chan. You're like, is somebody calling me? Chan. And you're just like, oh shit, yeah, they're calling me. All right. And you look over your shoulder and who is it? Your manager. And you're like, fuck. You know, that's what I don't like that. I like to be in my city. I don't got to worry about nothing except the neighbors. You know, what's the neighbor on The Simpsons, diddly doody, you know, that guy, you know what I'm saying? All I got to worry about is the happy neighbor who's like, diddly doo, you know, hey, what's up, man? How are you doing? You know, hey, we're going to work on the drinking, buddy, aren't we? Why don't we go to hit the gym right now? It's midnight. Let's go hit the gym. Let's not do any drinking today. Sure. Yeah, sure. Let's go hit the gym. Fantastic. And it's like, I'm okay. I'll deal with them. You know what I'm saying? I'll deal with that. I'll deal with the nosy neighbors who head keeps peeking out the window every 5 minutes. Okay. Oh, there goes Mrs. Jenkins, always looking out the window. She ain't got shit to do but look out the window. You know, it will deal with all those. The Caucasians that don't say hello to anybody. Every time you say hello to them, for some reason there's something on their shoe. You know, it's like, goodness, they got to get whatever's on their shoe off of their shoe because they keep looking at their shoe. You know, so you deal with them. Oh, not even to mention, no offense, the Asians that don't say hello or nothing. Hey, Mrs. Whatever, you know, and they just completely ignore you. So yeah, you deal with all these individuals. There's always another one. The guy who seems to be too excited to see your wife. Always so excited. Hey, whatever your wife's name is. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Cindy. It's like, dude, I'm not even that happy to see her. What the fuck is wrong with you? You know, like, but so you got the several neighbors that you got to deal with. But I do not feel like running into anybody at my job. Anything that I'm trying to do productive, I can kind of compartmentalize. You know, it's like, okay, these are my work buddies. These are my home buddies. But yeah, even so. But yeah, this is just stuff I discuss. Use other people's money if you can. Do not be an opportunist. I'm not saying go around and be that that flesh-eating parasite where all you do is just latch on to people because they got the membership at the country club and all that shit. And you're like, hey, I'm about to go hang out with my buddy at the country club. Yeah, we get to go to the country club and it's so fun. We get to golf with the ballers. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when you go to the bank and you want to fund a venture, just because you got the 10K or the 20K or the 30K in the bank, don't use that shit. Go to the bank and say, hey, I'm going to use your money. I've been a member here for years. Y'all have been taking my money and investing it the way y'all need to invest it, being able to build branches and put ATMs all over the gosh darn world. Every time I'm everywhere, I see a Bank of America ATM. I've never been outside the country, not very often, probably like 2 or 3 times. But I'm pretty sure there's Bank of America ATMs in Dubai. Like, what the fuck? All right, well, at least I'm getting, you know, free withdrawals. You know, you say we're going to use your money to fund my dream. And then if I fuck up, you're lost. But if I do well, guess what I'll do? I'll pay you back with interest. Same thing with college. Go to college. But do not say, hey, look, my parents saved up a bunch of money so I could go to college and I'm going to use all this money. No, you go out, you look for that grant, or they'll bring it to you. And you fill out that grant or that essay. I don't care if it's a 5-page essay for $50,000. I don't care if it's $5,000. You had to sit down and write a 5-page. So you basically got paid $1,000 per page. Like, come on. Like, fill out that essay. And then also try to get a scholarship so that they'll pay for your college. It's not how much you make. You know the rest. That's why I'm fucking up. I lost my job and I'm out here chilling, living my life. You know, if I get in the mood for some General Tso chicken right now, I go get it. I'm fucking up. I really am. I'm not just sitting here and, chilling. I'm like, yo, if I get in the mood for a euro, I go get it. I want a lamb euro with the extra ziki. I go get it. Because, a lot of times, in my personal opinion, you have the time, but you don't have the money, or you have the money, you don't have the time. You know what I'm saying? So you're working, commuting, taking the kids everywhere, hanging out with your spouse on the weekends, going to every fucking restaurant in the city, going to every Michael Bublé show from New Jersey to San Diego, So, and you're sitting there and you're having fun and you're laughing, but in the back of your head, you're kind of thinking, man, I wouldn't mind just being at home right now watching World War II in color, on Netflix, but you go and you say, yeah, I had a really good time. And the fucking lamb chops were delicious, and they actually had the cinnamon applesauce that I like, you say that was a good time. That was a good time. One thing I realized about good times, and this is me just chatting now. We haven't even got to barf a little bit. We talked about, not using your money. Use other people's money. But one thing I realized about a good time is it's not about now. It's not about today. It's about 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when people pass away, people go their different ways in a different direction. It's about those memories. When you have those pictures, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying always be in your phone and in your camera, taking pictures all the time, unless that's who you are, unless you're just like this photographer or whatever. But 5 years from now, when everybody's gone, people are divorced, people passed away, people moved on to different places, you can pull out those pictures and be like, oh, you remember when we went to the Anthony Hamilton show, or when we went to that I don't know, that Pride event, or that whatever it is, that all women's empowerment place, and y'all have the memories and the pictures, and it's like, oh man, that was really fun times. Now going through it is different because you're like, man, I'm so fucking tired. I just worked a long ass week. And then on Saturday, it's like, hey, you remember Tommy and June want us to go to the, the Prince tribute show this weekend. And it's like, what? What the fuck? I thought that was next weekend. No, it's this weekend. Oh, shit. I was hoping this would be the weekend I could sleep in, And it's like, oh, crap. And so what's a Prince tribute? Say, oh, they're going to have imitation Prince. And supposedly he's really good. People say that he's almost like the real Prince. Oh, so we're going to go watch a fake Prince. Fantastic. And then you go to it. And what the hardest thing a lot of times is just to get through it. So, yes, I'm not going to keep going down this angle. I'm just lunching right now. We're going to go ahead and get things pulled up. I have no idea what we're going to discuss today in Barf. That's why it's House of Barf, man. It's all just put together. Just, I don't know what it is. I'm realizing that I'm losing listeners. For a moment in time, the shit was kind of popping. Now I'm realizing the shit is flopping. But it's all good. I'm like, you know what? Don't pay attention to all that. Just keep creating the content. I'm going in over 100 episodes, and I didn't realize it was that much. I thought it was only like 60 something. Going in over 100 episodes, and still have not gotten one advertiser. Not a single advertiser. when I used to do this before, I had advertisers. I probably didn't make it to. I probably didn't make it to 19 episodes. I'm not even kidding. I was talking about when I started a podcast about 4 years ago. I probably didn't make it. I'm being honest. I probably didn't make it to 15 episodes. Didn't even make it to 15, and I had advertisers. You know what I'm saying? And my dumbass accepted a job, which I'm excited I took it. You know, it made me appreciate regulations so much more. If I never got that job, I wouldn't appreciate it. Fraud prevention and regulations. I would have looked at regulation as these just prick dickheads that were not bold enough to trade, so they went to regulation, you know, because they're too pussy to trade. That's what I would have been thinking in my head. But now I realize, no, if it was up to me, I would much rather be in regulations than trading. And I would take, like, when you trade, you can make $20 million a year. It don't matter. You can make any. I would take $100,000 a year. That my paycheck be what? 4 or 5 grand every 2 weeks. You know, I would take that and work in regulation. My job in regulation would be to eliminate regulation. That's probably why I got terminated, because they could tell I was on that mission. If we can prevent fraud before it happens, and the thing is, I know it's like, why is he so adamant about preventing fraud? Because when your Aunt Susie loses her husband and you moved on and you got your job in Chicago or overseas in India, and your Aunt Susie is at home alone, you know what I'm saying, really doesn't have any help, and next thing you know, the neighbor boy is going over your Aunt Susie saying, hey, are you investing? And all he's planning on doing is taking all her money. Or when your child is trying to build up their future, they're 30 years old and they received inheritance from their dad, your uncle or whatever, and he's like, hey, I want to do the right thing with this money because I don't want this to go in vain. And he tries to find an advisor, and that advisor takes all his money because he's a dumbass. Then you'll start realizing how much fraud prevention is. I know there's some people that be like, oh, you snitch, you bitch. Nah, man, nah. I don't care how much of a thug or gangster you are. You know what I'm saying? When somebody comes in and helps your auntie or your mom or your uncle or your father, because your father has a new best friend, and the new best friend is like, hey, I work for this company, you should invest with me. And I come in, I help your father, you'll sit there and say, yo, Chan, thank you. Thank you. My dad, he's been on some bullshit. I think he's starting to go senile. I don't know, but he's been doing some weird shit lately, and appreciate you being able to get on top of that. And it's like, yeah, no problem. No problem. I'll take $100K for that over 10 million a year. Trading, helping rich people get richer. That's really all trading is. It's, in my personal opinion, because no offense, lower income people are not trading. They don't know shit about it. They're on a one-track mind. They're just trying to put food on the table. They're just trying to get their kids to soccer or football practice. They're just trying to, get some sleep to get up in the morning. No offense. They're just on a one-track mind. The only people who are trading are people who got money. And then not even to mention the saying, it takes money to make money. So everybody believes that shit. But let's get on track. This is not what barf is. Let's get on track. Thank you so much to anybody and everybody who decided to stop by and kick it with your man at the house. I appreciate it. This is Chairman, House of Barf.